You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Welcome to Red Devil Postgame, your in-depth look at GHS sports. I'm Colin Ewing.
And I'm Brandon Sewell. Our top story is the impressive season the varsity football team has had this year.
That's right, Brandon. Our team fought hard throughout the fall, ended the regular season with a record of 9-2.
That led into the playoffs, where the team faced Ravenwood in the first round.
Friday, we went out to Ravenwood, a team that's used to being in the playoffs, used to making big runs. So I thought it was really important, man, that our guys stuck together. I'm a guy that likes the odds against us, you know what I mean? So they kind of light a little fire in me as the leader, and I think it light a little fire in our kids as well.
It felt great because, we came in, we was confident. We knew what their game plan was, and we were able to stop what they were trying to do.
The game started off hot with a quick defensive stop, followed by a 52-yard bomb from Isaiah Tate to Jamarion Murrow on 4th and 24.
And with the defense forcing a fumble, it led to another Red Devil touchdown. But in the second quarter, Ravenwood scored a touchdown of their own, leading in the second half 14-7 for GHS.
Now, the Red Devils didn't score in that second quarter, but in the second half, they couldn't be stopped. And Ravenwood didn't stand a chance, ending the game 30-20, GHS.
In the second round, we went up against Houston, who we lost to earlier this year. So it was time for some revenge.
The game last Friday against Houston was a thriller. Obviously playing a team twice is always a good deal. Then playing across the street rival is pretty good as well.
I think it was one of the best games for me as a player because last game we played against Houston, I wasn't in my right mind. I wasn't playing the best ball that I know I can play.
We took that to heart, so we ran sprints, coaches included, and we were determined not to let that happen again.
So this game I want to go out and make a statement, especially because I feel like we're the best team in Germantown.
The game started off slow for Germantown, being down 7-0 at the end of the first quarter.
But Germantown rebounded in the second quarter with a huge run from B.J. Blake to give the Red Devils a field goal. Then later in the quarter, Malik Mason ran it for a touchdown, giving us our first lead of the game.
Now in the second half, we were simply unstoppable, with quarterback Isaiah Tate pulling off his best Lamar Jackson impression by running it in for a touchdown from 30 yards out. And it was followed by another touchdown from Malik Mason to end the game 24-14 GHS.
Now in the quarterfinals, we went up against Bartlett. Remember, we beat them by just 1 point in the regular season. The game started off great with a 4-yard rushing touchdown from running back Joshua Davis.
But then Bartlett answered with their own rushing touchdown from 28 yards out before the end of the first quarter. And in the second quarter, Brandon, I don't know how much I can emphasize this, but we didn't receive the ball at all. So that led to Bartlett scoring another touchdown and a field goal, ending the half 16-7.
Now, in the second half, I will say that we fought hard and hard. But Bartlett blocked Oziel Hernandez's kick to make this a one-score game. And with us scoring only one touchdown in the fourth quarter, that was all she wrote, ending the game 16-14, Bartlett. Now, we're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we'll interview Coach Cobb about this season. So stay tuned.
Camera one, switch audio, cue talent.
So GHS-TV was started in 1982 by Frank Bluestein, the department's founder.
It's a multi-million-dollar television studio, and students who are a part of it have the opportunity to do real-world work.
Welcome to GHS Insider, the show.
What makes this program unique is the students here. We come with a lot of potential and a lot of talent, and we also come with the mindset of we have to do this, we can do this.
In this class, we really have the ability to be as creative as we want to be.
On the show today, we take you to the side. When you see yourself on a screen, it's a feeling where it's like, I actually contributed to something, I actually did something that matters to people.
We have fun days, like when we do shows and we do a really good show, it's that adrenaline of like, oh wow, we just did a really good show, we did it. Hey everyone, I'm Brooklyn White.
And there's a real sense of pride that comes from completing a show that you have written, produced, thought of on your own. And that sense of pride is really important, and it keeps us motivated because we want to do more. We want to experience that feeling again.
We're always pushing the kids, we're always challenging them, and they rise to the challenge.
So the program has absolutely changed a lot for me. It has given me a view into the arts and has let me see that I really do enjoy working behind the camera as well as in front of the camera.
The future of our program really, a lot of times, is up to the students. It's their willingness to see beyond what is here and what it can be. Year to year, it changes with the students, but the ability of the students never changes.
Go Red Devils!
For more information about the Kappa program, visit ghskappa.com or call 755-7775. You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Welcome back to Red Devil Postgame. We broke down the playoffs in the last block. Now let's dig a little deeper with assistant Coach Cobb. How you doing, Coach?
Good.
Thank you for coming on the show, Coach.
Appreciate y'all having me today.
So the GHS Varsity Football team is coming off a very impressive season. What contributed to the team's success?
I think hard work, all the work we did, just going all the way back into the spring. You know, our kids did a really, really good job of coming out, working every day. Our off season, it was extremely tough. You know, we just got through doing evaluations with our kids and coaches, and we all came to the conclusion that, you know, it's hard to play at Germantown. You know, a lot of days we're there to 6:30 at night. You know, we're there when the lights are off. You know, as a coaching staff, we meet every Sunday at 12 o'clock. A lot of times we don't leave at 8 o'clock at night. The kids come in at 5. So just hard work and just buy-in and leadership by our seniors.
Now, the team had some really tough matchups this year. What would you say was the hardest opponent y'all had to face?
Have you saw our schedule? Our schedule, they all kind of carry their own weight and they just bring difference. If I had to, I don't know if I could choose one. They're always pretty tough, but I think Bartlett, just what they do defensively, and you know they are a very well coached football team. But then you look at Houston with what they do offensively and the players that they got, and you know all the speed that they got was extremely tough. But it's always tough to go play at Whitehaven. I think our schedule is just brutal. But to answer your question, I'll have to pick between maybe Bartlett or Houston.
All right. Now, in past years, the team hasn't had much success in the playoffs. What was the motivation behind this year's run?
Not really sure about just kind of the past. I'm just only getting here, but I think 17 maybe was the last time, and then you hit COVID and, you know, you have 2 rough years. But I think all the success that their seniors didn't have, you know, they went through the COVID year, they went through 2-9, I think maybe 1-10. I think that was a driving factor for them, and you know, they was determined to get into the playoffs, but not only just get into the playoffs, but they wanted to make a deep run inside of the playoffs, and they worked extremely hard, and the coaching staff worked extremely hard, and our kids just kept being resilient every single week. We found different ways to win football games.
So, although you all fell short of the championship, it was a drastic improvement from last year. What would you say changed about this team?
I think attention to details is just the kids understand how you do anything is how you do everything. Like, we put a lot of attention to details and special teams throughout fall camp and just changing culture of our football team. And Coach Jean did a lot of one-on-one meetings with senior leadership class, and they met every Tuesday and Thursday throughout the summer, and that helped us, you know, as a football team, just, you know, the coaches driving the culture into the kids, and then the kids driving it in the locker room. I think that really helped us.
Now, would you say your coaching tactics changed from last year?
Mine did because, you know, of course I'm new, but I've been on defense for 8 years, and this was my first year calling offense. So the first 4 weeks for me was kind of, you know, I was figuring it out, and then, you know, we kind of hit something week 5, you know, as I got better, the staff got better, and our kids got better, and they just kind of bought in, and we just kind of took off for an offensive explosion.
So I want to take this time and talk about the seniors. So are there any that you would like to highlight?
Man, all of them, really. Man, there's no doubt that we wouldn't be where we are if it wasn't for senior quarterback Isaiah Tate. You know, he is our leader. You know, he's all the time, and whether he had to do it by, you know, carrying of the stick, you know, but he's definitely our leader. I think Elijah Slack, on defense, he's got to have the most improved. He came over and played, you know, nickel, he played corner, he played safety, he played linebacker, he just played anywhere you asked him to be. Isaiah Spates, you know, he done a really good job. Jay Addison just being a vocal leader. Joseph being a vocal leader, like Izzy. Just kind of is our unsung hero, man. He never complained. I think he made 26, 27 catches on the year. Never complained about getting the ball. Just done his job. The way that JD handled his situation, man, we just had a good group of seniors.
Now, still talking about seniors, what are you doing to help them transition to college ball?
Right now, we're just doing one-on-one meetings and finishing out their goals and making sure that they have the GPAs. Right now, it's recruiting season. It's kind of why I'm late getting here because, you know, just talking to coaches, just trying to show them what opportunities are out there for them. And a lot of our seniors already have offers.
So now that the playoffs are over, you all are looking toward spring training. What are you looking forward to with next year's team?
Just to build on what we've done this year, build on the consistency and build on culture, just continue to drive culture into our kids, continue to drive hard work and effort and attitude into our kids so we don't have to experience what we experienced this year, which is coming up a game short.
All right. Thank you so much for talking with us, Coach Cobb.
Thank you all for having me today.
While the football team is enjoying the offseason, the wrestling team is back on the mat. Regular season matches kicked off earlier this month, and the team is already gracing the podium. Here's a look at the first match at MUS.
One thing I say about wrestling, it is an individual sport, so whatever you put in is what you're going to get out.
Going into matches like tonight where we're outmatched by the other team with numbers they have, my challenge for the boys is to man up to win. So my goal for the night was, I told the boys, we're walking in with 8 wrestlers. I want to have 5 wins. And we end up with 6 wins.
Today, I was mostly just kind of focused on scoring points. Towards the end, I figured I may as well just go for the pin since it was there. But, I mean, I was pretty confident going into the match, and I just carried that through the whole match.
So we got a young team, and we're looking good. Just gotta get this team going.
One of our freshmen got his first varsity win. A couple of my sophomores got the first varsity wins. And these are guys that are wrestling, you know, 15-year-old guys, 16-year-old guys, 14-year-old guys, wrestling 17, 18-year-olds. So I was happy. I was very happy.
Even though if we're going against teams that have like bigger sizes, it's not always a matter of winning every single match because we just can't. We don't have the number. But it's as long as we can just go head-to-head against them and compete, we'll do well throughout the season.
I was complimented by MUS coach, Coach Lewis. He says, Coach, once again, your kids were tougher than my kids.
He doesn't take a lot of crap from people, so you have to make sure you're putting your hardest into practice every single day, like no slacking off. But other than that, it's a pretty good environment, and he's a good coach.
We're growing, and we welcome anybody who wants to come out. If you're too short to play basketball, if you're too small to play football, we have 12 weight classes that I can find a spot for you, okay? So anybody that wants to compete, wants to work on their confidence, on their self-esteem, wants to learn how to fight, come to me. I'll teach you.
The team is looking great with key players like Caden Nelson and Brandon Powell. Powell, by the way, placed 3rd in his weight class at the Black Horse Tourney after beating the 6th ranked wrestler in the state. We're going to switch gears now and talk about an important aspect of any major high school team, the Booster Club. Our own Germantown Booster Club president, Cynthia Tate, joins me now. It's nice to see you, Miss Tate.
Nice to see you too.
So this year was a big one for the varsity football team, but many people don't know that the Booster Club helped to make many things possible. Explain the purpose of the Booster Club.
Well, the purpose of the Booster Club is basically to support Coach Gene and the players and to basically make their life easier. You know, whatever they need, we're going to try to raise money for or meet their needs for for the season. So whatever we can do to make Coach Gene's life easier, that's what we're going to do.
Well, what are some of the things that the Booster Club has done this year for the team?
Some of the things we've done, they've had team camp, fall camp. They went and stayed like 3 or 4 days at a camp for team building. We have done senior night. We had a senior brunch. We do, I'm trying to think. I'm sorry, y'all.
It's okay.
We bought them Letterman jackets for the seniors this year. Whenever we travel, you know, we take care of everything on that end. Just whatever they need, we just come to their rescue. So.
Well, in your personal opinion, how important is the Booster Club to the success of the team?
Oh my God, it's so important. Just throughout the whole season, we just continually need support. Like, it's not just August when the season starts or, you know, September. It's literally all year from literally February to December because the season literally can go to December. So we need support throughout the whole year as far as, you know, we help with concession, we help with setting up the field if that's needed, you know, whatever the kids need, that's what we do. And it's so important because it makes the coach's life so much easier.
Well, could you talk about some of the members of the club besides yourself?
Yes. So it's Mr. Durrell Jessup. He's the vice president. We also have Sheena Harper. She is our treasurer. And we have Tarika Banks, and she is our secretary. And then we have just other members that come that also help. That's not just on the main board. We have members. So we have quite a few, about 40 parents that volunteer to help out.
Well, is there a way for non-parents to join or help support the team?
Absolutely. We take alumni, teachers, family members, anybody that want to join. You just fill out the forms. We can email you the forms. You fill that out. We'll have we have meetings like once a month, so you could kind of stay updated. If not, we'll shoot you a text. If we can't meet, we'll shoot text. We'll kind of communicate that way. But anybody that wants to join to help, we need them. Yes.
Well, Ms. Tate, as a proud mother of the team yourself, how has it been to see them succeed this season?
Man, it's been great. You know, they work very, very hard. I've been there, you know, when they wasn't sure how the season was going to go, and they just worked. Like, they didn't stop. It didn't matter if it was raining, if it was hot. You know, they just kept going, and they fought. They fought to the end, to the very last whistle. Like, they didn't give up, and I'm just proud. I love those kids, and it warms my heart because they had a really, really great season, and they should be proud of themselves.
Well, although the season has ended, have plans started for the Booster Club starting next year?
It hasn't yet, but in January we'll have a meeting to kind of discuss like where we're going to go and who the new members will be. So.
Well, after your boys leave, do you plan on staying involved with the Booster Club?
No. I will. If Coach Gene needs me, he know I'm gonna come around and do what he needs me to do. But I'm kind of gonna be mobile, following the boys and seeing where they go. But if he needs me, I will. If they need something, they know they can call me, and I'll be around. Yeah.
Well, on that same note, is there a way for parent alumnus to stay involved?
Yes, absolutely. If they shoot us an email at germantowninzone.com. We can keep them updated on, you know, when we have the meeting and how we're going to take care of the season coming up. 2023.
Well, lastly, what do you think is the biggest misconception about the Booster Club?
That we just want money. We do, but we don't. You know, it doesn't take much. You know, any little thing can help one day. You don't have to do every day, but just helping in some type of way. It doesn't have to be, if it's not financial, or you can give your time, or you can fundraise. Like, it's just so many ways that you can help just to make it easier and smoother for the team, for the school. You can do that. And I think people just think that it's not, or maybe they get fearful, but it's really, really easy, and it's a lot of things that we can do or they can do to make Coach Jean's life easier. So.
Well, Ms. Tate, thank you so much for being here and always supporting the team.
No, thank you.
This year, the boys basketball team has a 4-1 record with wins against Middle College, CBHS, MUS, and North Point Christian. And the girls team has been great as well, with a record of 6-1. Post-game reporter Kirsten Clark was at a recent game and talked with both teams.
Hey Red Devils, the boys varsity team had a great win against North Point. I'm here to talk with Coach Spears and player Anthony Medlock to talk about the game. Coach, what factors went into the win tonight?
We had a deep bench tonight. We played a lot of players. I think we got everybody in the game. And I just think playing defense, they had a top player, he's probably one of the top players in this area. And we just came out and we just tried to focus on defense. And I think our defense turned into offense, which gave us some easy points. It's a tough win. It's a good win on the opening night. We got to get better, long ways to go, but it was a good win.
What went well tonight?
I think we executed our plays well. We really boxed out. We played as a team so much. Wasn't nobody selfish. When we saw the hot hand, we kept feeding it to them.
How has the team been doing well this season so far?
Well, we've been having some ups and downs, and that's just been, you know, whenever you get a new coach in, there's always some different philosophies. But, you know, we've been making it. It's early. I accepted the job, I think, like 2 days before school was out, so we're kind of behind. So right now, they've been working hard. A long season to go, first game, but they've been kind of gelling, and I think the fact that they went far last year, they want to get back to where they were last year, so they got a little hungry.
With 2 to 3 games each week, how do you stay focused?
Really just practice and watching film. Our coach, he's going to make sure we do a good job and staying focused and focusing on our game and not letting anything else distract us throughout the season.
Which players are showing the most effort throughout the game?
I think the senior players, Anthony Medlock, Hugh McFarland, Chance, he is a sophomore. He was playing football, got hurt, he came in, gave us a big spark, but a lot of guys, especially the senior guys, they're coming in, they're playing because they've been there. So we're getting a spark from everybody. We just got to get everybody playing hard every play, every night. If that happens, it gives us a very good chance of being successful this year.
Are there any games that you're excited about that are coming up?
Really, pretty much every game, I look at every game the same way. We're going to go in and handle our business, and that's going to be that.
Well, thank you for chatting with me today. And again, congratulations on your win. Earlier tonight, the Lady Red Devils lost against North Point High School. I spoke with Coach Thomas and player Kyra Lee about the game. So, Coach, can you give us a recap of the game?
It was a hard-fought victory towards the end. I thought we could have played a little harder in the beginning to give ourselves a better shot, but we did pick up the energy in the fourth quarter, which helped us kind of stay in the game, but weren't able to get over the top. So hopefully next game against Wooddale on Thursday, we'll have that energy to start the game.
And what do you think caused the game to go the way that it did?
I feel like a lot of our players just wasn't really locked in, and I had 4 fouls in the third quarter, so I had to sit out.
Pay attention. Pay attention.
What could the team have done better?
Energy. Energy is a major component in athletics. Energy is about your competitiveness, about putting the extra effort out. So we had brought bigger energy, better energy from the start of the game. We most definitely probably came out on top.
And how will you keep the team motivated?
Well, it's the first game of the season. Just hard work.
If you are not on your side, I want you to run through this pass right here.
You know, as an athlete, if you want to win, that's your motivation. So we just got to work on developing winning habits. And once we develop winning habits, that'll play a part in us getting over the hump. So telling them, hey, it's the first game. It doesn't always go the way we want, but we have about 22 more, so we have a chance to clean up the problems that cause us to lose. So the motivation is that we can continue playing and we can improve.
And looking towards the rest of the season, what games are you looking forward to?
I'm really looking forward to playing Whitehaven. I got a little rivalry going on there, so everybody come out and support that game December 9th.
And it was great chatting with you both. I hope the season continues to go well for you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Reporting for Red Devil Postgame, I am Kirsten Clark.
Thanks, Kirsten. That's it for this edition of Red Devil Postgame.
Whoa, wait, Brandon. We can't end it like this. We got to predict how their season's going to go.
Well, how do you think it's going to go?
Well, I'm just thinking double state champs, and they better hold up to that too.
They better. From all of us here at GHS-TV, thank you for watching Red Devil Postgame. Until next time, I'm Brandon Sewell.
And I'm Colin Ewing.
Go Red Devils!